Okay, today's episode, I have my memory card, and as you can see, there's nothing on it. But anyways, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be really easy. Someday I'll tell you on Timmy Time, when I do that, about why my friends call me this, King Timmy. But anyways, this episode, well, you'll see none of this, okay? None of it. But it's all about this week. This is almost done. Putting the runner boards on, do some rust work, and how I do the panel on the other side over here. It's already done, like I said. This is the finished product, but I cut this piece out right here around the wheel arch and replace that. So thanks a lot. So, how am I going to do this? I'm holding this at the same time. Come on, hold on, people. Okay, so ready? Okay, this week's project, as we're doing. Cab corners, rocker panels, like I was saying, rockers are non-existent, whatever. So, gonna take off the running boards, take off the rear doors, rip everything apart. So we're doing that, and replacing this piece over here. We'll have this car for the next 2 weeks. We'll see. Fun. One thing that sucks about this Ford taking these fenders, unbolting the fenders to get in there, is that they put this foam right there. It holds the fender in place. Pain in the butt to get it out of there. You gotta get all that out of there because I gotta move the fender up. I got this apart. I don't know if you can see. Can you see all that foam in there? Look at that. All that foam all the way up. Glues this whole freaking fender. So yeah, there's a little bit of rust in the bottom of that. So now I can clean that up too. Now I can get my quarter panels slid in there where it needs to be. That was one side. I probably should set up the crotch cam so you can see me take the molding off and take all that off. Is this working? Yeah. All right, Max, right here is you're gonna want to time lapse this and speed it all up super fast. Take all this apart. This is behind the fender here. Look at all that. Look at all that crap in there. Ton of freaking dirt. I'm trying to hold it open so I can get it out of there. There's a ton of it. It's like a freaking nest. There's a ton of it. A ton of it. The customer was almost not really going to do this. And I said, well, it's probably pretty much through. Barely even touch it. It's all through. These all pulled right out because they were all rotted where the molding goes. It's holes. They barely even touch it. It's all rusty. But rust. I'd say it's a little rusty. I just barely tapped the rest of it. All fell apart. Look at that mess. Okay, so I've cut above the rust line, which is what I'm trying to do. That's where I'll put the new piece in, about that high. There's a new piece. I'm not using the whole thing. Don't need to. It's a nice place to put it in right there, because you have some bends in here, which hardens the steel so it won't warp as much. That's why I like to go right up here. That'd be a nice spot to put it in. Drilling holes in the car here, and the rocker panel. All right, so I've blasted and painted inside the wheel arch. So I did a pre-cut first, beforehand. Then I cut this piece to where I wanted it, traced the edge, and now I'm cutting up to the edge now. So I'm trimming some of this off. So I just want a little bit there. So when I use my other tool, I'm going to grind this down. So it's going to overlap it and it'll be nice and flush. I'll show you that in a minute. So I sand this whole edge because I'm going to, afterwards, after I weld it, I'm going to epoxy prime where the welding burnt through the metal. It burnt all the primer off. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to seam seal this whole inside edge. Otherwise, there'd be a lip, and water could get in there and bubble this all out. So I scuff the surface on the inside so that I prevent, so that I can seam seal everything afterwards. Epoxy prime, seam seal it, and then I'll undercoat it, and then rust proof it after that. All right, so my punch flange tool, this is what I would use to drill the holes and punch. One side's got a flange, you see it makes a little seam indent. So that should give me, so I want the piece to fit right up inside there. So I don't know if you probably can't see that, but it punches it so that this piece will sit inside that edge. So when you put it, it'll be a nice flat seam. I'll punch it I'll do that all the way around. I'm gonna grind it first, but I was just trying to show you. I'll show you in a second, all right? So when you put your piece in place, so that will sit underneath that lip. If you can see that, all underneath that lip. So it'll be nice and flush. It's flush right there. So right here, there's no, it's not higher or lower. They're both the same height. So anyways, as I always do, I sprayed the inside of this with the rust-proof stuff. Now I'm gonna spray all this. I already welded a new piece on there in a reinforcement. So I'm gonna spray all that, and I'll put it welded in place. Right. All of it. It's all welded up. So what I do is I glue the whole thing all the way around, weld there. Weld all my seams there, weld it all the way under the bottom, all the spots. But in these spots, it's just easier sometimes just to glue the whole edge all the way up, all the way over, weld right there. So, same thing, did that. This is all ready now, fiberglass. A couple more patches, another patch there, a patch there. Getting there, now it's time for body work. Also sandblasted the bottoms of the doors, all 4 doors. Clean those up. Door shut's nice. Also, this one I actually welded across here. So I weld, this is the dog, what are we going to call this right here, right behind the rear door. I weld there, and I glue inside there, all the way around the back. I'll weld the back corner a little bit, but so I'm probably going to paint this whole bottom edge. This over here, so you have to unbolt the fenders to get the pieces in. So that was all rusty, so I sandblasted that and primed and painted it. Same thing at the very edge there. Things you got to do on the Ford. I put in, all fixed. Just finished clearing. Pull off the tape. to my new clear. I think I'm doing okay. Because I got rid of my old clear. Alright, so inside the rocker panels, spraying my stuff inside here. Inside all these holes before I put this molding on, just to give it a little bit more rust proofing. I'll go in afterwards in behind and rust proof inside again. So I had to clean this up a little bit. I cleaned into the door so the color would kind of match a little bit. And so anyways, under here, underneath everything, I've already started. So that was the underneath around where I welded. So I've epoxy primed. I put some seam sealer in there just to cover it up. I'm gonna take my undercoating. I'll put that in there, and then I'm gonna shoot an oil mixture. This is just kind of to cover that up. I don't know if you can see that. Give it like an extra layer of protection, and then I'll use my oily undercoat mixture and spray it all up inside there, and that'll be good. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and it was a different video. Well, whatever. It was something about, this is what I do every week. This is what I do. So thanks, like, subscribe, comment, and I don't have my memory card, so see you later.